Welcome back on our usual table where we have left off the last time when we were looking into formula search and what we can experience and also explain with Copilot on that end. So today we are on the last session regarding Copilot in Excel, and we're going to look into the deep analysis mode that is possible via Copilot, right? We have since been able to create a dashboard and work on the dashboard with generic data insights about our table. We can fine tune that. We have done a little bit of that. But now we have the possibility, for those who remember, on the first session on Copilot in Excel, one of the starter prompts was reading, get deeper insights using Python, basically. So this is what we're going to do right now. And today we're going to use, even though I have no programming background, we're going to use Copilot and Python in order to get deep analysis on the data we have over here. Particularly useful if we're looking for correlation, coefficients, or other insights and common aspects of our data that the generic, I'm calling it generic right now, analysis with Copilot has not been able to show to us. So, and in order to get there, I'm personally lazy. We're using another function of Copilot, which is we're going to start a new conversation. So we're deleting the history over here basically for now. And we are going to jump back to the starter prompts, and right over here we see get deeper analysis results using Python. This is going to start a new chat, as you see over here. We'll use advanced analysis, and he will create a new sheet for us, automatically write and insert Python formulas, and answer our prompts in multiple messages. So let's start that. We're going to start and jump right away to this new analysis sheet, as we see over here. Quite distinguishable from sheet 1 that we have to build our dashboard. And now it is right from the start analyzing a first analysis that we see over here. We can also look into the Python code of what has been done over here. What is it looking at? And copy that, if you will. It works the very same as it would with the formulas earlier, and also explains to us the key metrics patterns that have been done over here, that have been used over here. We get visualizations that are a little bit more sophisticated than what we have seen earlier. And if we move on, I mean, this has already been added to a sheet, but we might want to build a new dashboard from that, not leave it in this analysis mode. This is what we can do over here. And we can stop the advanced analysis mode at any point if we want to. So let's move on. We have a couple of suggestions. I am not very inspired today. I'm going into this table with no prior knowledge, so I just want to get as many insights right away from it as I can. So let's analyze the margin distribution across all transactions. What can we find out? Copilot is going to look into that for us, and it's either creating a visualization or a set of table overview as we had it earlier. And the strength of Copilot in this is that it is providing us insights and analysis using a language that I don't speak, for instance, where we can get within seconds insights, correlations, and distributions that wouldn't have been possible without it. I can obviously keep adding on that and keep continuing creating new analysis until I'm satisfied, or until Copilot is telling me that it cannot find no more. But if I'm done with this, because this is an entirely different chat, this is the same way I would interact with the new agents. If I activate them here in Copilot, I can stop it. Something that I also wanted to mention, it is very important that when you initially start the analysis mode, that you have the worksheet and the table that you want to analyze open. If I were to have the dashboard from earlier open, from the second session, or from the first session. If I had the dashboard from the first session open, it would only refer to that data and I would not be able to get that many insights because it is smaller and restricted information. And Copilot would not be able by default to tie back the information from the sheet one to our customer transactions sheet. So be sure to have the sheet that needs to be analyzed open when you start the deep analysis mode. And if I stop the advanced analysis mode over here, I am back to my usual suggestions and back to talking to our normal Copilot. If I'm dissatisfied with the suggestions over here, I can always refresh them to see whether there's a suggestion that is more useful to what I'm thinking and feeling right now. I would suggest to anyone that has access to Copilot in Excel to try it out, play around with it a little bit. You will inevitably learn a thing or two by Copilot explaining to you what it is doing, what the correlations are. And the more you play with it, the more proficient eventually you will become in using Copilot and analyzing Excel like a pro. Thank you for bearing with us and tune in for the next time with the next Microsoft 365 application.